welcome to Crucible of Fate. I'm David Carter. I will be your host and killer DM for this evening. I'm very excited to bring this show to all of you and to all of you. It's been a long road, over a year in planning and getting things set up. I can't wait to start playing this game. I think it's going to be super fun to play a bit of D&D competitively, and as you guys will see, it's going to be a bit cutthroat. So Crucible of Fate is a high-stakes, competitive, and open invitational D&D game show set in an abyssal demiplane in my homebrew world of Shadows Nigh. So when I say high stakes, you're going to see that pretty much every roll in this game counts, and every roll could be life and death. Competitive, everyone's trying to win. I'm putting up $1,000 on the line, so as of this moment, you six are playing for $1,000. Playing D&D for money, you know? That's pretty amazing. And it's also open invitational in that any of you can come and play here with me in the Fate's Hand Tavern. All you have to do is make up a level 3 character and send it my way. If you check out my website, crucibleoffate.com, everything you need to learn about the game, all the rules, how to make a character, and how to apply, it's all there. And there's a couple of great introduction videos. For those of you who may not have the time to read through the rules all the way the first time, check out the videos. They're great. So normally when we play D&D, especially in my games, it's always a shame when a player character dies. No one wants to see their character die. You invest a lot of time and effort and energy, and I'm sure any quality DM out there puts some time and effort into bringing their characters' backstories into their campaigns. Crucible of Fate, not so much. Of the 6 people here at the table and virtually playing with us, this game cannot finish without 3 people dying. Typically, one person's going to die in each little mini-game. We're going to play 3 mini-games tonight as part of the episode. However, if by chance people succeed in one of these mini-games, then only 3 people can walk away from the 3rd game tonight. So overall, the way Crucible of Fate works, we're going to have 120 contestants from anywhere in the world. We're going to play 20 round 1 episodes with 6 contestants each. Half of them will move on to round 2, bring us to 60, then 30. Then it drops down to 12 in round 4, and finally in the 5th and final round, 6 contestants vying for the champion of the Crucible of Fate, which could be in about 2 years from now, because we're going to be playing 1 episode every 3 weeks currently. So anyone that survives through round 1, they're going to move on to the round 2 pool, and then all the names are going to be kind of picked randomly. So just because the 3 people were together tonight that won, they're not necessarily going to be together in the game in round 2. Just one little quick point there. Okay, from me as the killer DM tonight, I do promise to be 100% objective with all of you. I care equally about all of you and your characters, but we have to adhere to the way the dice are going to roll and the results that happen. But really, in this game, it's not me that you're going to be competing against so much as one another. But treat each other with respect. Just a game. We're all here for some fun. However, the winners do get all the glory and the money. So there's that. Kevin, I'll hand it over to you. You got 2 minutes.
Hey everyone, my name is Kevin. I'm really stoked to be here. This is a cool show. I think can't wait to see what the results are of this first season. You know, win or lose. And I'm just excited to kind of meet players along the way in this Crucible.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin.
So I'm Earl, Dave's first victim, and super happy to be here to play, man. Yeah.
Thanks, Earl.
That's it, dude.
Oh man, it's great to have you here.
I'm Jeff. Man, I'm excited to be playing like in real life. that's exciting. Like here, like, you know what I mean? Like in real life, like in a place where we're all here.
Not virtual from all the COVIDs.
Yeah, man. And I'm excited. I'm a dad. I don't know. It's good times. It's good times.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right. Hi, my name is Dave. I'm glad that Earl will be your first victim, hopefully followed by maybe Jeff and Kevin. It's all good that way.
That's nice.
Yeah, I've been playing with D&D with Dave for many years, so really glad to actually see his dream come to fruition and be a first player. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, I'm James. Super stoked to play. Also super stoked to play in the Fate Hands Tavern. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, it's like super cool. This table is super cool. Pumped to play. Not pumped to die, but that's the name of the game. It's the way the cookie crumbles. So ready. Yeah.
Cool. All right, thanks, James. And also joining us virtually, as all of you at home can, Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm also very excited. I'm glad to be the first virtual player. And I'm excited. I guess the panic attack starts now, and see you all in the Crucible.
Wicked. All right, now that the introductions are complete, we're going to jump into the intro video, and when we come back, we'll start the show kind of in character, ready to go.
It's time. Bring them. Offer them riches, offer them glory. I don't care. Just bring me their souls.
As you wish, Master.
Yes.
You think you have what it takes? Every roll can mean life or death. 120 contestants. Who will survive? Who will win? It could be you. This is high stakes D&D.
You awake in darkness. Nothing but dim blue light gives away very minute details of the room that you find yourself in. You're unable to move, although you can still see, able to look around. You can't move your head, but your eyes can shift sideways, up and down, take in your surroundings. The air smells old, it's cool and damp. Around you, lit by that very slight dim light, you can see a circle of others equally as paralyzed and restrained as yourself. You don't recognize any of them. You don't really remember how you got here. There's an unknown amount of time that has passed since you were last in control of your faculties. Around you, you could see stone walls, a bit of dark wood, and nothing but this dim blue light, which you cannot see the source of, just providing enough so that you can see those around you similarly caught. You take a moment to try to listen and see if there's any more information you can glean about where you are. But nothing but deep echoes and almost like whispering all around you. Then footsteps begin thudding in from the shadow around you. You see a lone figure step into the middle of the room, hooded, wearing dark clothes. As he goes in towards the center, another light, just casting just enough to show a hood pulled forward, a bit of a glint of light reflecting off of a metal mask. Again, no source of this illumination can be seen, yet it's there, illuminating this figure. Then a gravelly voice. I'd like to welcome you to the Fate's Hand Tavern. When I call your name tonight, it means you're up in this episode. There'll be 6 of you squaring off against one another. You need to play the game. Don't run. If you run, then me and the other hunters are just gonna have to chase you down, and you won't like that. Once your name is called, you'll be released from the magic that holds you. Take comfort in the fact that you can't harm one another here within the Fate's Hand Tavern. Once you get out into the game zone, it's another story altogether. So, for those whose names get called tonight, I wish you the best of luck. Sivius, Blindell, Drevin, Atticus, Avin, and Azrael. You're up first. And as he calls out your names, you feel yourself drop about 6 inches down to the ground, kind of just catching yourself as you struggle to regain control over your muscles and your body. At this point, you're left on your own for just a moment, but you get the feeling like you're being watched from all directions. As your eyes begin to adjust now to the environment around you, you start looking around at the other people whose names have been called and the environment around you. Shadowy figures and shapes begin to emerge above you and kind of all around, not so much laterally, but more up above and up in the heights all around you. The figures don't really have much of a form, just kind of rough humanoid shapes emerging from the shadow and then kind of fading back in. Pairs of eyes become visible, just glowing dots of various colors, purples, reds, white, kind of green, but very, very faint. An uncountable number of eyes, in fact. Reminds you of stars in the night sky. Some of these pairs of eyes, as they look at you, they almost seem to have a jovial movement and openness to them, as if watching a band or a show. Others seem much more intent and fixed on you steadily, unblinking, unmoving, not wanting to miss a thing. Others stare with a deep intensity, a hunger burrowing into you as if ravenous and filled with hate. One pair of those eyes, extremely intense, closer down, more of a lateral level. Things in here kind of move and shift, and you all become aware of this pair of eyes at the same time, and things shift around so that it's kind of right in front of you as you all turn beyond control of your own body. Closer and closer these eyes come. As they reach the edge of shadow before you, the torches light up, pushing back the darkness. And where before you saw these intense, hating eyes drawing closer and closer, as the torches flare up, it reveals a face of a smiling person sitting in a throne, much like this. And he looks at each one of you. Welcome, courageous contestants. I am Theramgul, your host for this evening. and for all of the Crucible of Fate, of which you are now very much a part of. I want to thank you for volunteering for this competition. The audience here, they all appreciate everything that you are about to endure. For the sacrifice that some of you are going to make here tonight and over the next countless unknown periods of time until we find our champion. Even now, bets and wagers are being made. Promises, deals, negotiations are being finalized for your eternal souls, for those of you that perish here within the Crucible. Yes, this audience, our eyes of truth, are always watching. They see everything that will transpire within the Crucible, as will all of you, whether you are playing, like yourselves here tonight, or those that remain suspended, waiting for their names to be called. They will all witness everything that will happen here tonight. As will you, for those that survive tonight and are put back in our little waiting room while others compete as you are tonight. I know you're all anxious to get started, and so am I, but I want you to keep a couple of things in mind. These are not your friends. It is in their best interest for you to perish. Any trust that is exchanged between contestants here, be wary. From this point on, you must defend yourselves at all times. There's two ways out of the Crucible. Be the last being standing, be crowned the Crucible champion, which means you have to walk out of here over the corpses of the other 119 contestants that compete against you, or face me in combat. Defeat me, and all who survive will be liberated from the Crucible and sent back to whatever you called a life back home. But before you challenge me, you better be sure that you're ready. I assure you, at this moment, you are not. But in the games ahead, I wish you all the best of luck. And now, for the benefit of the crowd, I would like you all to introduce yourselves. So once again, we'll start from the top left. This time, you have 2 minutes to describe what your character looks like and anything that you want to say to your fellow contestants or to the audience, feel free to do so. So 2 minutes on the clock. We'll go ahead and start with Flindell.
So Flynn is a 3.5 foot halfling, standing quite shorter than a lot of the contestants that have been freed from their bonds, looking up but not intimidated. He's a bit peeved though because this wasn't really part of the terms of how he got here. He feels like he's sort of been tricked into this. But he wears garb that you would typically see on a sailor, with lots of rigging and a backpack. And that's about all that he really sort of wants to reveal. He's sort of kind of like holding back. He doesn't want to be right up in the middle of everything right now, so he's trying to kind of just stay hidden and get an eye on everybody.
Thanks very much. Avin.
Avin dusts himself off, checking to make sure his equipment and such is still on him, looks around, fluffs the collar, and gives the bald head a little rub, sizing up everyone else in the room, and says, "Well, it's nice to meet you, I suppose. My name is Avin, and I'll be the first one out of here, I'm quite sure. Good.
You haven't? Next.
You see a human, a man. He's wearing sort of very strange armor. It's basically a kind of scale mail, but you can see on his shoulder as he steps down and sort of relaxes this small little drone-like thing. It's kind of like a mechanical dragonfly. He's just sort of buzzing. He has a shield. There's a slight glow here, and he looks around with a certain curiosity. He sort of nods to this crowd up there, and he greets them in whatever an abyssal greeting would be. And good day, all. And just looks with curiosity on the group.
Drevin picks himself up off the ground, looks around to make sure that his weapons are at hand. One appears to be a bloodstained club, and another a short spear. As he looks around, everybody goes, shit. Well, I figured I'd end up here anyways. But, yeah. Well, look at me, you could tell that I'm pretty homely. That's all right. Your mother didn't mind. My face looks like I put out a fire with it. And about a middle-aged kind of guy, looks kind of beat up. His knuckles are beat to hell. Not the kind of guy you expect to ever see anywhere aside from outside of a bar. At the same time, he says, yeah, I know, you look at me, I don't think I'm much. Yeah, whatever. I'm a doorman at a tavern, and I figured I'm here because I did some shit I probably shouldn't have done. But yeah, great to meet y'all. I'm sure we'll be around a long time. No. What about you, Skip?
Hello, I am Sivius. Sivius, you can see he wears a cloak. He's got green, drawn-in skin, also bald. And after he greets everyone, he says, I don't know. Well, actually, I do have some idea of how I might got here, but I'm not happy to be here. But I suggest we work together to make the best of a bad situation. That's it.
Over to you, our virtual player.
Azrael stands up, roughly 6 feet tall, fairly slight. He's wearing a long, dark blue, midnight blue cloak with a deep hood. Brings it back a little bit. He's got a dark complexion, silver hair. His eyes are currently hazel. Got some dark leathers underneath and whatnot. And you see he looks curiously sort of at his surroundings and at the other players. Best of luck to you all. Just sort of pulls his hood down over his head and stands back a little bit.
Excellent. What a wonderful group of contestants we have tonight. So, to get things started, I need one of you to volunteer to roll the die of destiny to see which game you will play first. Who would like to make
Yeah. Bring it on.
Excellent.
Enough of this waiting crap, for Christ's sakes. I got places to be.
I'm sure you do. I would not want to get in the way of that. You could just roll me a D100, please. Very interesting indeed. It looks like the first game that we will be playing this evening is Hunter and Hunted. Hunter and Hunted works a little bit like this. The 6 of you will step through this portal, and as he motions to the side, a portal opens up in plain view of all of you. It's about 7 feet in height, only about 3 feet wide. Just looks like black, shadowy mist, just undulating, a bit of tendrils of shadow coming out from within the portal. When you're all ready to go, you simply have to step through. And when you emerge on the other side, you will be in the game zone. There, a creature waits for your arrival. It doesn't know that you're coming, though. And what else is interesting is neither one of you knows who is the hunter and who is the hunted. To escape from this game zone, you either have to kill this creature, or as soon as one of you is killed by it, the rest of you will return safely here to the Fate's Hand Tavern. It should be known that you are allowed to kill each other while in Hunter and Hunted. However, that will not open the portal that will bring you back safely. But it will reduce the number of contestants you are competing against tonight, but may also remove some valuable skills that some of you may possess that could be helpful later in the game. I leave it to you to trust in yourself or trust in one another. For the one that doesn't survive, it's nice to have met you. So you now have one intermission action that you can use before going into the game. The intermission actions are explained on the rules on the website. You guys hopefully have seen that. Short rest doesn't do you any good yet. You haven't played anything. You can visit the gift shop where some magic items are contained, plus any gear from the player's handbook and magic items priced accordingly to the same magic items price list are available for your purchase. You could also enter the parlay circle and request that one of the other contestants goes with you. Although everyone will hear what you will say to one another, I trust in your ability to not metagame and to roleplay the fact that whatever is said will be kind of kept in the context of the game, and you'll do your best to ignore it as a player or as a character, even if you know it as a player. Well, you guys have all read through the rules, so what would each of you like to do for your intermission action? I'll start at the top.
But mine might affect his decision.
Sure. Okay.
So I hastily say, I've looked at the rules of this game. I'm a researcher. I'm an archaeologist. I'm really excited to be here. I'll probably die, but this is a pretty incredible thing to see the thing that you've been studying. And now, anyways, I can go into an archive of some kind. I can enter the archives. Is that correct?
Indeed, you can.
Oh my gosh. So what I'd like to do with your permission is go into there and do some research on this creature to determine what we're going to be fighting. Would I be able to do that?
But you don't know what you're fighting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the archives won't tell me.
No.
Oh gosh.
The archives are there as research and reference location. Once you discover a room and or a creature, you can gather information about it there.
Okay.
But so I can't have you being overly prepared now. It would just be...
Well, it would have been advantageous to all of us.
Amen, but yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Never
Very
mind.
benevolent of you.
Okay, Mr. Halfling Sir, this...
Flynn finally steps forward with his look of discontent to the host and just lays into him. Now looky here, you told me this wasn't part of the deal that you said we'd be doing. What is this nonsense about fighting one another?
I'm just here to administrate and host you all.
By God. And what happens if we don't want to go through this portal of yours?
Well, you kind of have to, for the games can't continue without you stepping through. I understand that you're afraid.
Afraid? You think I'm afraid? Never call me afraid. I'll show you who's afraid. Flynn just starts walking towards the portal.
Hold on a second. Don't excuse me, sir. Let's try to get prepared before we head into fight. I admire the courage.
I stepped out of his way to let him approach the portal.
No, hold on. Just give him a second. Hold on.
Do you keep going, Flynn, or do you wait?
I listen to some words of reason. Well, all right. I like this one.
So, first intermission actions. Is there anything specific that you would all like to do? Nothing?
No, it's just...
I will cast Find Familiar.
Cool.
Very well.
Raven.
What do I do? Yeah. That just happened.
Summon a raven from beyond. All right.
Yes. Avin sits down and performs the ritual casting of Find Familiar, bringing forth a friendly raven. And he looks around the room snidely a little bit more, wondering why he's here.
Atticus, anything else they would like to do?
He reaches in. He has sort of this bag in the side and pulls out a few sort of small items and but very, very quickly, sort of launches a few of these small little mechanical dragonfly drones, and he launches them forward. He sort of tosses them, and they immediately take flight, and then they all start to glow. There's 4 of them. It's his dancing lights. So they're just sort of there, and they just start journeying towards the portal.
Okay, excellent. So you cast some spells, dancing lights. Drevin.
I'm taking note of my companions and what they're doing. A little bit of insight, trying to figure out who and what they are, their capabilities. I like the halfling. Got a little bit of spunk in him, yeah. Flynn, seems like he's a kick-ass kind of person. The other 2 I really, we're doomed with them around. So I think I'm gonna head to the magic shop, just see what's in there.
Very well. Okay, you're heading to the gift shop. We'll get to you in just one sec. For Sivius, what would you like to do?
Yeah, inspired by the interest in magic items, I'll also go take a look.
So 2 heading to the gift shop. Azrael, what would you like to do for your first intermission action?
Carefully watching everyone, tightening up some straps, and pulling my cloak around me. You hear Azrael sort of mumbling under his breath a little bit. He will give himself a vigilant blessing.
Okay. All right. So with that, we have 2 going to the gift shop. So, yeah. The host kind of motions off to the side to the both of you heading towards the gift shop. And as he does, you kind of look in the direction that he moved his hand towards, and initially there's nothing there. And then the shadows kind of part, and you see a very welcoming storefront. It seems to move towards you as you think of thinking what is in there. You both kind of move towards one another. And as you step up, there are 2 shelves, almost like a jewelry store case, kind of like glass see-through cases about, waist height, just a little bit higher, counter height. And there you can see 6 items. 2 towards the left with a little glowing rune with the number 1 underneath it. 2 more in the center with a glowing 2. And 2 more, the glowing 3. These are the tiers of the magic items and how powerful they are. And they're commensurate with the fact that we are in round 1 currently. With tier 1, it means to purchase it, you will have to roll once on the wheel of consequence. For the tier 2 items, you have to roll twice, and for tier 3, you roll 3 times. In the tier 1 right now, you see about an 18-inch long metal rod. Very plain looking, just sitting in like a velvet kind of cushioned area underneath the glass. The second appears to be a hat that kind of shifts the way it looks, and as you think about what you would want a hat to look like, it kind of morphs and shifts into that type of hat. Tier 2, you see a key glowing brightly, a skull on one end, and just a kind of the long part with the intricate part of the key at the end, shifting and rotating as you stare at it. Another item is a small vial, like a glass vial, and you can see that the liquid within is all hovering at the top of the glass with nothing underneath. Tier 3, what flashes before you is weapons just rotating through weapon types continuously. And as you zero in on your weapon of choice, it begins to take on that shape. The other one, armor, same type of thing. Shifts through leather armor, padded armor, chain shirt, chain mail, plate. So now that you've had a look through the wares, is there anything that catches your eye?
Yeah. 2 things. First off, my soul's forfeit because that's why I'm here. I'm going to die. Have you seen my party? I haven't seen one goddamn meat shield. That means I'm fucked. So, what's the cost of doing business here?
It depends on what you'd like to buy.
What's in the second tier? There was did you say it was a key with a skull?
With a skull on the end,
and on the other end,
a small vial with a liquid that's floating up at the top and just hovering there, leaving nothing on the bottom, defying gravity.
Okay, so there's 2 separate items: the skull key and the vial. Okay,
That's correct. Yeah, there's 2 in each section.
Armor's useless. I don't care about keys, liquid in a vial. If I want a drink, I'd have one at the bar.
What did you say the price was again?
Well, they're free, other than having to take a roll on the wheel of consequence.
And it's 1 consequence, or 2 consequences, or 3 consequences.
That's right, yes.
Yep. Seems pretty easy to me. Let's look at that weapon.
You're going for the weapon?
Yeah. I'm fucked anyway. Let's look at the weapon.
Okay, whatever form of weapon that you would like it to morph into, it does.
Sweet. Nice. So I'm looking at my nice little quarterstaff. Provides a defense, provides attack. Yeah. Gives me a chance to beat someone upside the head.
Okay, so you've made your purchase. We'll hold off on the wheel for just a moment. Anything else catching your eye?
I like the look of the hat.
The hat? Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
You're welcome to more than 1 item if you choose.
No, I'm good for now.
Sidious? Just the cap for you?
I think so, yes.
Very well. So a tier 3 item and a tier 1 item. Glad you have expensive taste. So over to the wheel of consequence it is. And again, as he kind of motions for you to follow, Mort just kind of turns his back, just kind of slightly waving his hand. The gift shop seems to fade away, and out of the shadow emerges this vertically set contraption that looks like one of those carnival wheels that you would spin that kind of catches something that's, slowing it down to come to a stop. Although this one seems to be made entirely of bones and fingers and fingernails that kind of catch the wheel as it spins. As it's coming towards you, it's just slowly kind of clicking. Please go ahead and roll the wheel of consequence. And if I could get you to roll a d20, please.
Sure. They're really going overboard on the aesthetic, don't you think? Bones, fingernails.
I'm not gonna chew my nails anymore, I can tell you that.
Couldn't just be a normal freaking wheel, of course not.
It's all keeping with the theme.
Theme. Yeah, here's a theme.
Gotta entertain the masses.
Yeah, great. We deal with them later.
An 18? That was your roll? Okay. An 18, delightful. Okay, I'm gonna text it to you.
Excellent.
This is the first of 3.
Consequences. Oh, weird. So we don't know what they are.
No.
Okay.
Were you wrong? Are you more fucked than you were before?
Can't unfuck myself, Jay. Here's the second roll.
Just second roll, a 16.
It's right on the shirt. It's right on there.
When the DM smiles, it's already too late.
Last one.
A 3. Take comfort in the fact that the consequences last only for tonight, but the item you get to keep as long as you survive. I will say,
Okay, I'm gonna need time to.
Oh no!
I'm gonna need time to do some stuff here. Okay.
Oh no!
Look away, James. It's painful for all of us, buddy. Painful for all of us.
okay, with the 3 rolls complete, I hope that you find your purchase satisfactory.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic, actually. Yeah.
To
10
our
out of
next
10.
customer, a tier 1 item. If you could please roll on the Wheel of Consequence 1 time. Okay, and that's what you get. Cool.
I hope that's a +4 quarterstaff.
All right.
And with that, our purchases for the evening are complete, and we are ready to begin the first game. I see that you have brought your own sustenance. Glad
These
that.
lads are taking so long in the shop. Flynn is sitting in the middle of the void room, legs crossed, eating scarab.
So, it is time to begin. Now, if all of you could please make your way to the portal and we'll get started. And whether you walk towards it or not, you see that the portal is like slowly moving towards you as if being like subconsciously pushed onto you. Is there anything anyone says or does before disappearing through the portal?
I mean, I cast a cantrip, so I guess I refresh it. I'm like, no, let's do this.
Not a fan of the
Really?
As you emerge from the portal, stepping into the portal from the Fate's Hand Tavern, you feel everything grow cold. Your vision drops. It's just pitch black. And the shadow that you stepped into you can now feel that there's a bit of substance to it, like a thick cloud. And as the world disappears behind you, you feel these shadowy hands like grasping at you all over, pulling you through the portal. It's a very uncomfortable feeling as an uncountable number of hands are now grasping at you, tugging, not so much to cause pain or injury, and you don't feel any of your gear being pulled away from you, but it's very clear that you're being pulled in a specific direction. You see light beginning to appear in the distance, and before you know it, you're pulled out of the portal into a whole other realm. As you emerge from the portal, what you see is a city in ruins. Walls destroyed, just rubble everywhere. Some flames in the distance, flickering, smoke rising. Clear that a major battle has gone down here in the past few days. Looking around, you don't see any like people running around. There are some bodies that lay strewn about on this battlefield. You find yourselves kind of lined up, as you see here on the battle board, with some ruined walls in your local vicinity. Around you, at the extent of whatever your vision allows, is shadow and darkness. You don't see any finite edges of the room or anything like that. It's an open area surrounded by shadow. In the center, on the ground ahead of you, you do see an object that's dimly glowing. It appears to be a small rod of some sort. Above the rod, standing over it, you see a statue. From this distance in the darkness, it's hard to get any real detail, but just at this point before we get going, that's what you see. It's a glowing rod down on the ground with a statue standing over it. So you've all rolled initiative now. As discussed with Hunter and Hunted, you roll your dex or your int, and adding in your perception bonus if you had any, adding your proficiency if you're proficient in perception. Just do it a little bit differently in this game. So 25 to 20. Did anybody get an initiative between 20 and 25? Revan. Anybody close to 21?
At 24.
Anybody close to that? 15 to 20? Oh, all right. 10 to 15? 18 for Azrael?
13.
13 for Atticus. Okay.
6 for Avon.
6 for Avon.
Yes.
7 for Sivius. All right, so up first is Flynn. Flynn, you have 1 minute on the timer, and I'm also going to start the 1 hour timer for the game itself. This game ends in 1 hour, should it not come to an end before that. So I'll pass you the board. You can move wherever you would like.
So, Flynn is going to immediately cut across here and just start running to the wall. 4, 5. And I'll take a bonus action just to dash around the corner, if possible. Just get a bit further. see what my dash is.
Yes, indeed.
It just doubles your movement, right?
Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna go whoop. Just get further along. And I'm gonna look back to everyone around. I'm not touching that thing first. and then end my turn there.
Okay, Trevin is up next.
What, throw the board over? Trevin emerges from the portal. The first thing he says is that was a very inappropriate mode of transportation. All those hands. And I see Flynn taking off to the right. Are there any bodies near me?
No, none kind of within this area in the center. Just the one statue standing over the glowing.
So Trevin looks around, sees Flynn, goes, "Wait up, little buddy." All in one movement. And he's hanging out by Finn's, and I'm taking a quick look around to see if I see any other threats within my vicinity.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. $17?
60.
Modified.
Go. Okay. 16. So looking out, you don't hear anything other than like very, very distant like whispers. You don't see anything in the immediate vicinity, again, other than this glowing rod and the statue standing over it.
Do I have time to relay that information to Flynn as I perceive it?
Yeah, you have 6 seconds to pass on whatever you...
All right, look at Flynn, say, "You hear that?" Something like whispering. I don't see anything, but I definitely hear it.
Can I respond?
No. Okay, that's it?
That's it.
All right, we're up to Azrael, so I'm going to take the board back. All right, Azrael, if you want to guide me, so you are currently right here at A12.
The rolling dice is up on the screen, right? There we go. I'm going to I'll move to the opposite side.
Towards this way?
Yep, and crouch down behind the wall. I'd like to specifically take a look for any corpses on the ground nearby or that I can see.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. No, I mean, you just arrived trying to take everything in, and other than some flames in the distance, nothing else other than what's plainly visible in front of you.
Okay. I will Azrael will mumble under his breath briefly again and cast resistance on himself.
Okay. All right, next up is Atticus.
So the first thing Atticus is going to do, he has next to him these 4 glowing light drones, essentially, and he's going to use his bonus action to send them, sort of creating a bit of a circle around this statue thing in the center. And just sort of, and he's going to start moving towards. He's going to watch them go as he's moving towards the two, those 2 over there.
Okay, you gotta pull the board towards you there.
Yeah. So what do I see when it's moving? Ooh, exciting. How does this? So what if I'm going diagonals? It's like 5, 10, 15.
No, it's just 5 per time.
Oh, just 5. Oh, nice. Okay, so he's moved there. The bonus actions lit this area up. Do I see anything?
Give me a perception check as well.
Can I do an investigation check?
Yeah. What are you looking for? Anything specific?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that is and if that's significant and what the whole, if that's the thing. Is that the thing we're hunting?
Okay. Yep. Sure. Give me an investigation check.
Okay, that's a 22.
A 22. So with that, you can tell that with the glow, it's definitely magical. This is something that someone has constructed, enchanted. You're familiar with some of these types of things, so go ahead and give me an Arcana check as well.
21.
21. Just the way that it's pulsing, like now that you're staring at it, you've got a bit more light around it. You can see that it's kind of pulsing. You think that what would be useful for someone to make an object like this is almost like a tracker, like it's pulsing. So I'm gonna have to back up when I explain this. It's emitting a very steady, rhythmic pulse. Is what you can see.
Okay. All right. Hey, everybody, I think the thing we're hunting, it might be coming there. And I guess that's the end of my turn.
Okay. So we're over to Civius. Be very careful with this here. To figure out a way.
There's nothing in the square, right? In the square, like right beside the
Correct.
thing?
That's right.
Okay. Civius will just huddle behind the wall, and if he sees any visible threats, he'll cast Produce Flame underneath the threat, if any emerge.
Okay. Sounds good. Produce Flame is a cantrip?
Correct.
Okay. Now we're over to Avin.
It's the statue thing.
It's man size.
It is.
Yeah.
And was there something under it? I'm sorry.
That's what the glowing small rod is at the foot of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just mean the statue is like beside it. Kind of
Gotcha. Did my raven survive coming through the portal?
Yeah, it's there with you.
Is a raven intelligent enough to retrieve something like that?
I mean, you can issue it simple commands, right? It should be in Find Familiar what it's capable of doing.
So, I can give it simple commands. So I don't know if a raven would be maybe intelligent. It only has an intelligence of 2. Wisdom of 4 or 12. Wow, that's impressive. In any case, I am going to instruct my raven to go to the rod, have a look at that rod for me, and send my raven forth to it.
Okay, so your raven flies over, lands down beside it. I believe to perceive things through your raven, you kind of give your senses.
Yeah, I have to use my action for that. Yes. Yeah. So I will do that and observe the rod through the raven.
All right. So with it right in front of you, you can see now that there's a bit of a grip on it. It looks like a leather wrap, something that would be comfortable, like meant to hold on to. On the end, it's just like a thin, like a glass rod with it's a very sharply ending cylinder, and it's just pulsing, regular pulse.
Okay.
It's not making any noise yet, but just the light.
that would be it for me. Just the observation through the Raven for my action.
Okay, so that's the end of the round. As we get to the end of the round, I need everybody to make a perception check, please. Sivius and Avin, you begin to hear a sound emanating from the rod. So just kind of listening intently and having another look around, you begin to hear a noise emanating from it.
Yeah.
So that's the end of round 1. We'll go up to the beginning of round 2 now. Before round 2 starts, turn that down, you hear a chiming starting to be audible as well. So we'll move now to Flynn. It's very clearly emanating from this little rod.
Flynn looks over to Drevin, and I say, I think we might be able to make it out of this one if we just stick together.
I think it's game over, man.
Follow me. And I run over to the other end of the wall.
Okay.
And I poke my head around the corner, see if I can't see anything happening from that pulsing.
Give me a perception check. Yeah, 23. All you can see and hear is that the noise was getting louder and like closer and closer. Drevin, you're up.
Okay, I see Flint taking off, and since I'm sort of getting warming up to the little dude, I realize, hey, Flint, wee little man, hold on, you crazy bastard. And I sort of try to imitate his brogue in the worst possible way. And I run up beside him, and I take one peek around the wall, and I look to see if I can perceive anything this way. As a beforehand, I was looking in more in that direction.
Okay, give me a perception check, please. Still nothing unusual, and the fact that this beeping is continuing to drone on, it's quite alarming, but you're not sure what the source of it or why it's continuing to increase in frequency.
And for the remainder of my move, I get behind the wall partially.
Okay.
That's it for me.
7. So, Azrael, you are up.
I don't like the sound of that beeping. He's gonna jump over the wall. He's gonna hunch down maybe a couple of steps on the other side.
Okay, so you can see the other side. It's kind of just like a corner.
Yep.
Okay. So you're gonna hop over to the corner.
Hop over into the corner, and I want to. Is there a small rock or something nearby?
Yeah, just just a small one you can pick up off the ground.
Yep. I'm gonna grab one. Yeah. I'm gonna pick up one and throw it towards the thing that's making the noise in the center of the area.
Okay, go ahead and give me a ranged attack roll.
So I'll just give you a d20 plus a dex.
Yeah, and proficiency. I mean, sure, if you can throw anything, you can throw a rock.
So this will be my roll plus 3. Cool.
You throw your rock at it, hoping to make contact. It just kind of bounces in front and skips over it and hits the wall behind.
Okay, my turn.
right, thanks, Azrael. Next up is Atticus.
So I don't know how to render this with the miniatures, but what his goal would be is to, I don't know if I can do it from this spot, but to position himself with sort of 3/4 cover. So he's essentially crouched down behind the wall with just like maybe one eye and his left hand outstretched. So can I do that from that location?
Yeah.
And I'd be 3/4 cover from like where the gem is.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to. You guys can see on the inside of the palm of my hand, there's a small gem, and I hold my hand out, and it starts to sort of glow. And if you're close to it, you can actually feel a bit of warmth. And my hand's out like this, and it's making a slight hum. And I'm going to hold Eldritch Blast, which is it's a repulsor blast. It's technology, it's an arcane technology of some kind.
Excellent. So you're just gonna hold it?
Mm-hmm. Right. In case some terrifying thing appears there.
Sounds good. Okay. After Atticus, you become aware of the presence of something else. From kind of my side of the board right now, where the camera is, emerging out of the darkness, you see a large silhouette begin to appear. The first thing you notice is that it's hovering or floating softly. Big round ball. And from the fire and the light behind and the dancing lights in front of it, you see many eye stalks emerging from its head, looking around. One large central eye scanning, looking as it moves towards this now pulsing high frequency sound. And what you see floating towards you is this creature.
That's... iconic. Okay. Come on.
We're at level 3. How far away?
And as you see it floating towards you, it kind of just stops there for a sec, rises up over the wall, and you see its central eye as it's like looking down and scanning across at all of you. Its eye fixates on that device on the ground, and you just kind of see its eye shift color ever so slightly, and just silence. And just pause for one sec.
Yeah, so, I mean, I held my act. I mean, technically, Dave, so the range of these repulsors is 120 feet.
How far can you see?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know how light is it? Is it really dark?
It's considered dark here. There's like lights off in the distance, but your dancing lights do emit some light.
I mean, if I said, like, as soon as he crosses over that wall, it would be illumined by the lights that are, the four of them are sort of hovering.
Yeah.
Sort of a square. Do I have to follow through with the thing that I committed to do?
No, you're holding it. You don't have to go ahead with it. You can choose not to.
Yeah,
it's a cantrip.
I'm going to choose not to. I don't think everybody's, like, I don't know. I'm going to choose not to do that.
Okay, so one thing too that if you guys haven't read the rules in the last little while, shit, I gotta turn this off too. So now on your turn, if you take an action where you attack or you cast a spell on yourself or on someone else, you gain action points. You guys do you know what I mean by action points? Have you read this, Jeff?
Okay.
So if the time expires, if the hour expires, and no one has died, then 2 people are killed, right? That's been in the rules the whole time. But the way you determine who gets killed is by action points. So every time it's your turn and you take like an offensive action or you cast a spell against a creature or against another character, you gain a point.
Oh, okay, well then that's okay. Yeah.
So it's okay if you don't.
No, I'm definitely going to now. So as soon as he crosses over the wall, essentially, and I can see him, the repulsor blast goes off.
Okay, sounds good. So as this creature emerges and the light goes out, you're holding your hand for your action, and you can see it building up. So you let it go?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
That'd be a 9.
9. You fire it off, and it's aiming true, but almost immediately after it leaves your hand, it just fizzles into nothingness as this large eye of this creature is scanning around. It looks over at you.
3
and
quarters cover.
you all hear a sound in your head.
So they've sent another team after me, have they? Well, good luck to you all. I will add you to my collection
As the eye looks towards the statue and then just kind of scans around in the distance all around you. Okay, so his turn was just arriving and showing up. So we are now at Civius.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move here. And I'm going to cast Fog Cloud in our area,
Okay.
like centered on me.
Fog cloud centered on you.
Yep.
20-foot radius. Civius casts Fog Cloud. And as you go to unleash the spell, nothing happens whatsoever.
Oh, no. God damn it.
Any bonus action or additional movement for Civius? No? Okay. Avin, you were up.
Okay, Avin runs, or I guess moves quickly. Let's get that. Over to this wall. 6, hopping behind there, and I don't have dark vision, but it's light enough for me to see that that's a beholder, and what I would know what that is.
Give me a nature check.
Yeah, okay. Come on. Five.
What is that?
Despite having traveled far and wide and not being from this general vicinity yourself, you've still never encountered a creature like this. I think maybe you've heard legends, but you can't remember any of the details in the heat of the battle here.
I whisper over the wall to my companion, "That was a terrible throw, friend. Watch how it's done." And I'll begin looking for a rock.
Okay. There's plenty of rocks around, close to the walls. So.
That's it for me. I remain hidden.
Okay, thanks, Evan. Next up at the top for Flynn.
I look at everyone near me and Oi, what is that thing? I'm asking a general question, and I'm gonna wonder if they can respond because I have no clue.
So people can only respond on their
turns?
Yeah. Are you taking any actions or bonus actions?
I'm going to I'm just gonna be ready. I'm gonna have like my hand. I'm actually gonna unsheath my rapier because I realized it wasn't unsheathed, and just be ready to fight that thing.
Okay, sounds good. So that's it for Flynn. We're at Drevin.
Drevin looks at Flynn and says, "Sweet mother's milk in a rusty fucking cup. I have no idea what that is, but I'm not sticking around. Good luck, lad." And I yell out as I reach my destination, "Over here, you ugly bastard! Yes, you! Your father left you for a unicorn!" I don't even know what they look like.
Sounds good.
That's it.
Okay, that's it for Drevin. Azrael. You can see this creature up over the wall, and you realize now, looking around, that most of your companions are hidden on one side of a wall or the other. You seem to be the only one standing out in the middle at the moment.
Friend, I don't like this. I wasn't good at throwing. And Azrael will just start booking it towards the north wall, just in front of the creature. Cool. And as he heads that way, he will cast blindness on the creature, seeing as how it has a large eye, and that's what comes to him to do.
Okay, how far up do you want to move? Full movement?
Full movement. Yeah. I'm gonna try and get behind the wall if I can.
So you can get to there with your movement.
I would,
Still about 10, 12 feet from the wall. Just give you a different angle here.
cast blindness and then crouch down as far as I can to sort of, try and get sort of under that wall.
Okay, so as you finish your casting, you go to unleash the arcane or divine energy, and nothing happens whatsoever. And now, standing there with it hovering over the wall, it just kind of like looks down at you, and its smile grows wider.
One last thing, bonus action. I will attempt a base step.
Okay.
To attempt to retreat behind that wall, where I came from.
Okay. Sounds good. As you go to call on your Fey background, does it say whether that's a magical effect in the description?
It does not. It doesn't. I believe it's more of a racial trait.
Okay. Okay, I gotta look something up here. Sorry, guys. Just want to be sure about this. Yeah.
Blooper reel. Yeah. Fucking cookie monster.
Flem's about to learn what everything's made of.
I'm so jealous of your vegetables.
Man,
Get carrot. Got a salad for lunch.
I have a carrot?
I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I haven't washed them.
These look organic.
I came straight.
These are organic carrots.
As opposed to a non-organic carrot, which would be rotten.
Well, I mean, it's carbon based.
It's all carbon. I'm good.
Yeah, I'll have one.
I'll have a carrot as well.
Jimmy.
Again, they're just not washed. If you want to wash it.
Okay.
Look at this.
I went to the.
We survived this long. We don't even wash our food. I attempted to grow carrots this year in the garden. Did not work out well at
Oh,
all.
we got a bunch going on.
Yeah. Then a rabbit came by and just
Oh,
took them all.
Squirrels, raccoons, and
Well, I had like two nice little rabbits sort of hanging around.
Tony Stark, Nathan Drake, and Indiana Jones.
I love it.
He's an adjunct professor at archaeology.
we're synced up on Nathan Drake, so I love that. That's pretty cool.
Hey, Carter.
Yep.
Yeah, the description on D&D Beyond on the character sheet is slightly different from if I look it up, like in the racial character sheet, where it specifically uses the word
Magical.
magically, which
Yeah, I
of
know.
course oops.
We know.
Yeah, if I click on the description, I get the full description, and I didn't realize I wasn't getting the full description. So, oh well.
Yep. Okay, it's all good. Moving on. Okay, so as Azrael moves forward, you begin to cast, trying to blind the creature, so maybe you and your companions will have a bit of an advantage to stay alive. However, the spell fizzles the moment it leaves your hand. You then try to blink away, as you're accustomed to doing, using your racial phase step. But once again, you find the magical energies within you fail to apparate, and you're left standing there, staring into the smiling face of this large bulbous creature as it's moving towards you.
Well, shit.
That's not good. That's exactly what that was. Yeah.
All right, next up is Atticus.
Okay, I need to figure out if that. I'm trying to figure out what the source of the magic negation is. If it's the beholder, or if it's that orb, or that whatever the object is. But my dancing lights, are they still there? Are they still?
No, they're gone.
They're gone.
They're gone. Yeah.
So I want to figure out.
And the thing in the middle, that stopped making any
Oh.
sense.
Oh,
Yeah, when
okay.
it first showed up.
Everything was okay. Super duper. That's really great. Super good news.
Yeah, you could visually see that its central eye, it did like slightly shifted a bit, and at that moment, everything went out. All the lights.
Okay, that's
went out.
really fun. Okay.
But it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm playing this character.
And remember the timer. I've
Yep.
been very remiss in using the timer. I got to start doing that.
No, I'm with you. Okay, I'm not quite sure. And when I cast the spell, it was negated from me casting it. Like, can I tell that that I can't cast anything right now?
It just seemed that normally that magical energy would build and shoot out, and for whatever reason you could feel it like building. Everything seemed normal, but as you went to unleash it, just nothing came out.
Okay, so I think for my turn, I want to make some kind of investigation. I want to just see if I can get any more information about some kind of a weakness, any kind of thing that I might know about this creature. That's what I'd like to do. And then go to full cover behind the wall.
Okay, give me a nature or a history check.
Okay. 18.
18. So after seeing all the lights disappear. This object that was on the ground disappear. You were watching as Azrael like ran forward, and it's like he intended to do something. You could see that he was trying to cast. Nothing happened. You start to put the pieces together that where this creature has focused its gaze, magic just seems to not exist.
Okay.
And in a pretty wide area. It's covering a lot of ground.
So I reiterate that. I reiterate that to the party. I shout it out, and then I go into full cover.
Okay, sounds good. Move yourself though to where you want to be.
Okay.
All right, next up, it is the creature's turn. So far, no one has really done any damage to it or hit it with anything. There's been a few attempts at a cast. You guys can pass the board back to me. I'm just gonna So what it's going to do is fly up a little bit higher and just kind of drift over to here. And you can see that this central eye is still looking out across the entire battlefield. And it's just going to randomly take me. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These two, though, are behind full cover. So we'll go actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna roll a d6 to figure out who it's going after here. First one is a 2. So Flynn, you see one of the eye stalks take aim at you. Which one? Find out here now.
We should not be betting
It's gonna be like
the obvious. This is
time. It's a time.
Great. Flynn, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. 17. All right, very good. So this eye stalk turns and points towards you, and you see this like dark blue beam of light shoot out towards you. Like it hits you square in the chest, and you stand there for a second. You're like, and you just look up, and this eye is staring at you, and for a second you're like, oh shit, this isn't good at all. But then you're like, you shake it off. You gather your wits about you, and you're unafraid of the creature. All right. Next up.
For future rolls, was that a spell for frighten? I have advantage against being frightened as well.
Oh, okay, great.
As a
Yeah,
halfling.
it was. Yeah, against fear. So, next roll on the d6 was a 2. So the second beam is coming towards you
Oh shit!
as well.
Round 2, let's go. Ain't afraid of no bill. Let's go.
This time, a 4. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please. Just gonna pop this on. Oops. Fuck. All right. This time, a yellow beam. This one hits you in the shoulder and kind of spins you for a sec. And as it does, you feel all of your muscles like constrict, and just even trying to take cover, you feel like you're moving underwater. And now you are considered slowed. So you have to take on the condition slowed. If you go into D&D Beyond there, you should be able to click it on, and it'll tell you all the different effects that takes. Last eye beam for this creature's turn.
Yeah, I don't see slowed. Is there an alternative that we can use for it? Like, there's
Oh, it's
restrained
not
and
down on the condition? Okay, so
stuff. Can you
I'll
give
just...
me a brief.
Sure, yeah. So after that beam impacted and you're considered slowed, you can no longer take any reactions. You can only take an action or a bonus action, not both, and your speed is cut in half.
Would I know kind of like yeah, no, that's it. That's all I know. That's my reaction to my body.
Sorry, I should have run this. This is also me having to get used to running this stuff in D&D Beyond. So now I'm officially running it in D&D Beyond here. So sorry guys, let me just pop this.
So you guys know my character swears almost entirely in Gnomish. He's doing that a lot. They're really long words. They're some of the longest swear words in the world. Lots of consonants. Lots of consonants.
Okay, so right now we're at the Beholder. Okay, great. Gonna roll that d6, see who this next one hits. A 6. So Azrael, this one is coming towards you.
All right.
That one's already been rolled. I have to re-roll. I'll roll this to everyone. That one is an 8. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please, Azrael.
Okay, and I'm going to, with resistance, I get to add a d4 to that as well.
Okay.
Probably gonna need it. Oh.
So a total of 13. You're considered restrained right now as this white beam hits you directly in the leg. And as it does, you look down at the impact point, and although you don't feel any pain, you see that your leg is starting to turn to stone. And as it does, you are reminded of the statue that is right behind you as you feel your legs starting to turn. So for now, you are only considered restrained. That ends the creature's turn, and it is now Sivius' turn.
Sivius is good on block.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess 6.
He'll just try and make himself as small as possible.
Okay, so you duck down there. I'd say you get half cover from that one. Okay, so that's your movement. Any actions or bonus action?
No.
Oh,
No, I'm just gonna
just taking cover.
defend myself, I guess. What is it? Full defense? Is that's a thing still, isn't it?
Dodge action.
Dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the dodge action.
Right. Sounds good. Avin.
Okay, I just need to count how many squares away I am here. Okay, so I will. I saw all of the activity from the eye stalks to hit everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so realizing we're in the thick of it, Avin ducks around the corner here and moves in this direction. Okay. Okay. And he hides. He ducks down, lies down on the ground below the rock wall, preparing for his next turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. So you drop prone.
Yeah.
All right.
Is my raven still around, or was it destroyed by the...
Yeah, it was obliterated.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
Flynn.
The eye.
So one action, one bonus action.
One or the other.
It's taking
And-
something out of my bag in action.
Yeah. Yeah, usually the way that I house rule that is if it's like on your belt or like readily accessible, you can pull something out as a bonus action. But if it's in your pack and you gotta go rooting around, that's an action.
I have speed.
We can pass them around. That's something we can do.
Oh, yeah.
We can manage that ourselves.
We could put it on the board, yeah, and then that way, as you pass the board,
Camera
you
sees
flip
it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I have to count on this. I pull out a grappling hook from my backpack as my
Okay.
action.
Okay, any movement?
I'll start to move as well. Like I thought so I can have movement with the action.
Half.
Half? Yeah, okay, then we're definitely gonna move as well. That makes things a little bit better. But yeah, I wanna get that grapple out already. So 1, 2, round it up or down?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me just check here. It might say it right here.
Fellas, wait for me, I'm coming. I'm coming, I swear, I can't make it around the corner.
I would say round down.
Round down?
Because I
Okay,
also
2.
round damage down.
Yep.
So.
So that's as far as I can get. Wait
All right.
me. And I choose that the slowness is like a stutter lag, just in the interest of, yeah, I don't know how it thematically plays out.
Hey, however you want.
Yeah.
Jevin is up. And I'm going to start the timer, and then I'll put it on the board. So as we pass it, you guys can.
All right.
I guess sitting
So
in
you
front of the camera is nice too.
So you start ready. I have no idea what's going on with Flynn, though he is turning out to be my new little buddy. So I take a look around the corner, and I see a look of desperation in his eyes. More than likely, he's moving at half speed. Said, "Hang on, wee man." And I use half my movement speed, and I'm gonna grab him.
Nice.
To bring us back behind the wall. And pat him reassuringly as a small child and say, "Here you go, little buddy. I'll keep you around for a wee bit, because God knows that guy in the middle's fucked." End my turn.
A small tear falls at half speed.
Okay.
That Flynn's cheek.
So I just want to check one thing, Azrael, before your turn starts. Okay. So yeah, we'll start your turn, Azrael. So if you want to flip the timer, let me know what you want to do. So you are considered restrained right now.
Right, I have 0 movement.
Speed is 0, yeah.
If I cannot move, then I'm going to turn. Just a big sigh of sort of resignation. He'll turn. He'll cast. I'll cast Guiding Bolt at the creature.
Out of desperation, as you feel your body starting to turn to stone, you begin to cast, and as you go to unleash your guiding bolt, it just dissipates in the air.
Okay. And so you're still in that range. No
Okay,
bonus
okay.
action.
No, and it's the end of your turn, so I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. And you can feel that if this one does not succeed, you may end up being permanently joining the statue behind you.
So 7.
All right. with that,
Quick question. I want to use Fate Sphere to
okay.
give the almost perpetual victim another chance at a saving throw.
Wow. All right, look at the generosity on Drevin.
A second tier falls at half speed for playing magic.
He's emotional with advantage.
Okay, just before you re-roll, have you already re-rolled?
Nope.
Okay, before you re-roll, just give me a sec here. Fate's Hand has been cast, so Azrael, you get to re-roll your saving throw using the Fate Sphere of Drevin.
Okay.
And with that, you succeed, and out of pure panic, as you see your body beginning to turn into a statue, you hear the shattering of glass somewhere in your head, and you're filled with this energy that just erupts in your body. And you see the stone on your leg just like shatter and fall off of you as the effect is now gone.
So do I still have my movement?
It's at the end of your turn, so no.
And would I know who used their Fate Sphere? Would Azrael know that?
Yeah, I mean, it's spiritual energy tied to the destiny of the person that used it. So as it smashed, you almost felt like Drevin's hand on your shoulder. You just felt that rough and gruff energy beside you.
Okay. Yeah, you see Azrael. He just sort of turns and gives you a look like almost sheer unbelieving. And a little nod.
Okay, with that, it's Atticus's turn. If you want to hit the timer.
So the beam, I'm completely under full cover. So I cast, I re-enchant four more of my sort of glowing drones. Do they manifest?
They do not.
Even though he can't see me?
It's, I'm gonna say no. It's not a line of sight thing.
Okay. Oh, crap.
Pause.
Monster, look up.
Yeah, it's not even a monster, it's the spell.
Because what I'm seeing, when I see full cover, cannot be targeted directly by an attack or spell.
It's not a targeted spell, though.
I don't know.
It's like an area of effect.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
I was just hoping it.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can check. I'll definitely double check, but I'm gonna say no on that. It just...
Okay,
feels
so
like-
anyway, what I say is, we need to somehow surround this thing. This magic negation, it's wherever he's looking, so we need to find a way to flank this thing, draw its attention somewhere, do something to surround it.
Time
So
right
what I'm going to try to do, So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to hold my action, an Eldritch Blast, and it's going to be held until it looks away from me. And if it looks away, I'm going to fire.
Okay.
So I guess as a result, I'll be 3/4 cover, watching it, waiting for it to turn.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, next up is the creature. So he will advance forward. Here, I'll show you. That's so cool. So he's gonna move forward to here, but he's going higher up into the air. So he's now sitting, I'll say 50 feet in the air. So looking down at everyone. At this point, other than the paladin
Me.
Atticus. Okay, so other than Atticus, 3/4 cover, you can see everybody else. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for the first one. Flynn.
Damn.
I'm the smallest.
He's like, I don't like that little one.
I got a high.
With a 6. I need you to make a strength saving throw, Flynn. You guys have no idea how lucky you've been with these beams. I'm just gonna say.
The roll is in. It's a 15.
6? Okay.
Modified.
So you see this one eye point at you. No beam comes out, but all of a sudden you feel yourself begin to float up into the air.
Frantically
10,
reaching.
15, 20, 25,
Man, that's not good.
30 feet into the air. And you just kind of are held there. Next up, see who the target is. 4. For Azrael again. A 5. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. And 16.
16? Okay, that is enough to succeed. So you will only take half of this damage. Just double checking this. So half of this damage. So 20 necrotic damage hits you as this black beam comes shooting out of one of these side eye stalks, hits you square in the chest, and you just feel it starting to burn through your skin, your muscle, your bone. It does not feel good. Okay, last beam. It's a 4. Not your day, Azrael.
No!
6, that one's already been used this round. Gotta do it again. A 1. Need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
In
15 total. All right, this time, this very warm yellow beam hits you right in your heart, kind of next to where the giant hole is in your armor and your clothes. And this time, though, you're filled with a feeling of warmth and almost like, hey, this creature's not that bad. I think I could learn to get along with it. And all your negativity and hate and fear of it just kind of dissipates. You're like, this isn't that bad.
It's quite nice. It's quite good.
Lost it. Okay, Sivius, you're up. if you want to spin it around and turn on your...
Turn on the timer as well.
I've just been clicking through. It was the creature and then Civius. Okay.
And he's gonna, again, dodge action. Taking as much cover as possible.
Right. Sounds good. Avon Watt.
Is it obvious that the creature is facing toward me there? Like its position is... It's accurate based on the mini?
It's kind of focused like in the middle of the two units right now.
Okay. I am going to...
I mean, it's... When you look at the
thanks.
eye, it's like massive and round.
Right.
It just kind of seems to be like darting in between.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so dash is double movement, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I dash and slide to this pile of rocks. Again, I know it's up in the air, but I'm still gonna try and stay low.
Like prone.
Yeah, I just run and slide like a baseball player in dramatic fashion, smiling toward my companion in the middle, pinned down by the giant beast. And I just need to measure quickly. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's it for me.
That's it for Avon. We're back at the top for Flynn.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're just hanging out in the air.
Technically not.
No, but there were so many delays.
Yeah.
I think we're probably good at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
It's like a soccer game now. We're in
Yeah.
extra time. 5
All right,
minutes.
so we'll finish off this round.
Okay.
What happens then? Like, two of us die.
Oh shit.
Honestly, guys, I can't believe no one died yet. The beams have been like, all the non-lethal ones have been coming out.
I kind of expected someone would have been killed, thus my dodginess.
All right. Flynn immediately starts to try to improvise a solution. I guess I want to look in like full degree and see if there's anything above me because I'm holding a grappling hook.
Give me a perception check.
Press for one. No, I got the right one.
One. No, that's not. 16. No, looking up into the sky, you just see darkness. Like no stars, no moon, just nothing.
Yikes. And you said I'm 30 feet above the ground?
30 feet, yeah.
How high is the stone wall? Like if I'm now measuring the distance between me and the stone wall.
Stone wall is about 10.
I'll throw the grappling hook towards the stone wall.
Okay, give me an acrobatics. No, give me a ranged attack roll. So a d20 plus your dex. Or strength, whatever's better.
I'll do dex. Modified.
Okay, yeah, you throw it, and the grappling hook kind of skims over the top of the wall, and as you begin to tug on it, it catches. Okay, so that's it for your turn. Next up is Drevin.
Where's the grappling hook at?
So he's 30 feet. It's probably right in front of Atticus.
It's right about here.
Yeah.
Okay. Look up. Say, Flynn, you're being a bit of a bitch right about now. Grab the rope and just tug it. And try and throw him down with the... there's no finesse to this whatsoever. It's just brute.
Oh, yeah.
Just brute strength, just to try to get him down as much as possible.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
I'm getting into trouble. I feel so
20. It's modified.
20?
Yep.
As you pull on it, you begin to make progress. You start pulling him down, and he's getting lower and lower. But you can see like the beam is locked onto him, but like the stock is like coming down and down and down. You got a pretty good grip on the rope.
Okay, the whole time I'm swearing at Finn. Finn, amazingly well. Yeah.
All right, Azrael, it's your turn.
Perfect. Azrael will sort of stand up and kind of brush off his chest where the hole is. He can move, correct?
Yeah, you got your movement back.
Listen, gentlemen, I've not seen this creature before, but we're okay. It's fine. It's not gonna hurt us. He starts walking back towards the portal. He'll cast Healing Word on himself as my bonus action. So I'll do that. So heal 7.
Okay, it's 7 hit points back.
And
You said you wanted to move where?
I'll take my full movement back towards the portal, or where I think the portal is.
There's no portal.
Sorry, where we would have come in.
Okay.
So yeah, back towards where you were. Yeah, towards you now. I'll take my full 30.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine, gentlemen. Let's pack up and move on to the next round.
All right, Atticus.
All right. Atticus is. I'd say we gotta surround this guy. And I move. Like that. And I'm hoping he's looking at Azrael. And my shield, it's Hexblade's curse, the Archon's curse. There's something, the glowing orb on my shield, it actually flares and it casts this sort of blue-white beam onto this beholder. Does that happen?
It does.
Okay. So I now have +2 damage roll against it. I crit on a 19 or 20, and I regain 5 hit points when it will die in a few moments. And then I do another repulsor blast on my hand, and the hand flares, and then just a beam flies out.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll, please.
So, dirty 20.
That hits.
And so it's actually 14 points of damage because of the curse, and it's a repulsor blast, so it will push this creature 10 feet away from me.
Is there a roll for that?
It's
automatic?
no, like it's a trait. Repelling blast. When you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you can push the creature up to 10 feet away from you in a straight line.
Excellent. Yeah, so as it impacts, you see it kind of like flinch and jolt to the side and like it push back the full 10 feet. You see its body starting to rotate towards you now as all the other stalks start looking around for other targets. All right, and next up, it is the creature's turn. So this first beam is going to go against... it can't go to Atticus because it also disrupts its own beams. So I have to go back and look at those to see...
Does the creature get an hourglass?
Okay, so it does turn to look at you, which its eye fixates on you once again, and you feel the kind of like magical energy kind of like subdue. But its own eye stalks, you can see that they are not looking at you. So I will. First one is a 1.
That means they're broken. I'm in the air. He's got like.
He's already got you. So,
Yeah.
actually, it just drops you. So it drops you from 20 feet, because we'll say that your companion pulled you down 10 feet. So you take 2d6 bludgeoning damage, which both rolled 6s. So you take 12 damage as you smash into the hard stone ground. Beam lets you go. Okay. Next one, rolling to everyone to see who the target is. That is a 2. So this time it's coming towards Drevin.
Good night.
A 6. That one just got used. No, it didn't. It dropped you. So it turns and picks you up. You feel yourself being lifted up to the ground. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please. Twelve is not enough. Your feet leave the ground as you're staring at this eye stalk, and the focus it has on you and the intensity. You feel your body being lifted up into the air, 30 feet as well. Final beam. 5. Even though he slid under cover, the eye stalks do not skip a beat. 7. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
A wisdom saving throw. Okay, stand by. Saving throws, wisdom. Boom. Big money, no whammies. Oh, that's terrible.
Ooh. 4. So convenient that you're laying down beneath the stones, because as this beam hits you right in the face, there's a like soft glow and a warm feeling, and you just drift off to sleep.
Oh, I think I have a resistance to. Not to sleep. Maybe not.
You have a resistance?
My screen has gone crazy on me. I do have sorry, man. I should have known this a little bit better. Charm or frighten. Sleep is different. Yep. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. That's the end of the creature's turn. He was gonna drop down, so he's down to 30 feet now above. He was a bit higher, now he's dropping down to 30 feet.
Is he looking this way? Which way is he looking?
So yeah, we'll turn him. He's facing you.
Okay.
Suppose the hour officially up now.
Sivius, you are up.
Sure. He's not really sure what to do, but he doesn't want to be a total coward. So he'll look for rocks as best he can. Come out here, try and hurl a rock at the creature if he can. I don't even know if he has the range for that.
Okay, give me an attack roll. Dexterity added to it.
Just like a dex roll.
Yep. 18. Yeah, you whip a rock. Go ahead and give me a D4. We're gonna cut it in half since a thrown dagger does D4. We'll say this rock is half that. So 2 damage plus strength or dex, whatever's better for you.
Dex. +2.
Right, so 4 damage as you like haul back, whip a rock, strike the thing with a dull thud. It doesn't even turn or move or acknowledge, but you do hit it for 4 damage.
He will retreat to his cover.
And lastly, Evan Watt, who is asleep.
Catching some Z's.
Catching some Z's.
Yeah. Just resting up on this one, friends.
So with that, a dull bell can be heard. You are all teleported back to the tavern. And you see the host, and he just kind of looks at all of you, and it's like, I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe you survived for that long against that creature. Well, that's not the dramatic conclusion we were looking for. But we have to give the people what they want. So, 2 of you who were least active, who would that be?
I ran around and hid. I was trying to get behind it.
Mr. Watt? And Sivius. I mean, we can go back and review the tape. So just, cutting here. No. You two did very little during this last game. And he snaps his finger, and you both just immediately combust into
Dear God.
pile of ash.
Holy crap.
What? We man Flynn.
Poof. You were gone. Well,
Well played.
Yep.
I was gonna mage hand.
I hate to have to do that. Normally, I like it to be resolved amongst all of you. However, rules are rules, and even here in the Abyss, I am stuck to follow the ones that have been provided to me. That also negates the need to run the second game. We will go straight into split the party to decide who will be the last one to perish tonight. So after this break, we will do the last game.
Love it.
What level are we?
Level 4 now.
No, you're level 5. So everybody can level. Okay, so we're gonna do the intermission. Everybody level to 5. Get your hit points. Get yourself sorted out. We'll take a bio break. Get some water. I realized that everything up till now has taken a long time. So in a way, this kind of works out for tonight. I'm sorry to you guys for.
Dude,
We
that's
knew what we were
great.
signing up for.
Honestly,
I had
you know
so
what?
much fun trying to stay alive. It was
I
great.
thought that this thing would come out, and in round 1 it would just be like, and someone would die, and that'd be it, and then we'd be on to the second game. I can't believe it went like slow, charm, frightened, like everything except damage for 2 full rounds.
No, totally.
Sam might disagree.
For 2 rounds, yeah, and then it started putting out some pain. Really lucky that you. It could have rolled 64 damage. It only rolled 41, and you took half. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that fate sphere saved my butt.
Oh yeah. That was awesome.
Oh, top points.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
That
guys,
was beautiful.
keep in mind too. I mean, I'll say this now on the break, but like anytime you were targeted, you could have used a fate sphere to have it re-rolled to be someone else, right?
Didn't even think of that. Yeah.
So, I don't want to be helping, but stuff to keep in mind, right? So at the conclusion of Hunter and Hunted, we had 2 people eliminated due to time expiring. As per the rules on the Crucible of Fate website, players build up action points for any offensive or like useful actions that they take. The 2 players that took the least amount of offensive actions or casting spells on each other, on themselves, basically people with the lowest amount of action points get eliminated from the game. So in that one game, we've lost 2 players. So we're jumping over the second game straight into Split the Party, which is the straight up PvP game. Before we get there, we have to do what are called our intermission actions. So unlike before the first game where people only got 1, now you get a number of intermission actions equal to your proficiency bonus. And I believe you guys are at 3 now? 2. 3. Yeah, 3. So you each get 3 intermission actions. So I will so starting from the top left, Atticus, what are you doing for your first intermission action?
I think I am going to take a short rest.
Okay, short rest for first one. Drevin, what are you doing for your first intermission action?
I'd like to parlay.
Parlay. Who would you like to invite to parlay?
Azrael.
Azrael. Okay. Sivius, what would you like to do for your first intermission action?
I guess I'll take a short rest.
Short rest. And Azrael, for your first?
I'll jump in the parlay.
All right. So for those of you that picked short rest, go ahead and take your short rest. You can use as many hit dice as you have available to you to heal up. And if you have any abilities that reset with a short rest, you get those back. We'll jump now to parlay. So Drevin and Azrael, you would step into this room that essentially breaks off communication with the rest of the group. You guys can talk freely to one another. We'll all hear what you have to say. However, people should try their best to keep what is said in character and not metagame it. So you guys have 5 minutes if you want to use it.
Ready?
Yep, go.
Azrael, I'm glad to see that you survived. You may have been wondering why I decided to use a fate sphere to actually ensure your survival at one point. Because of the whole group that I've seen, you are probably one person I see that can take action. We don't have a meat shield here on this party whatsoever, so what we need are people who can actually attack and overcome. So I'd like to set up call it an alliance with you for this final round.
First of all, I appreciate you using one of your fate spheres on me. It doesn't go unnoticed. I believe only one must die.
That's what I understand, yes.
I will, I'll tell you what. If you, stick close, I'll do my best to keep you alive.
Same.
And, well, hopefully we won't have to come to blows until much later.
Agreed.
I won't forget what you did, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Pull my hood back over and give a quiet nod.
And I exit the parlor.
Okay. So plans have been made. That concludes the first round of intermission actions. Second round, Atticus, what would you like to do?
I'd like to parlay with Azrael.
Drevin, for your second intermission action.
I'm going to take a short rest.
Sivius.
I'd like to parlay with Atticus.
Azrael, what would you like to do?
Listen, I appreciate it, friend, but I need to take a rest myself.
Sorry, Atticus? Which one's Atticus? You. Okay, that's right. That's what I meant.
Okay. Just one thing to add in though. If you call someone to go in the parlay circle with you, and they don't do it that action, they could still do it in the third. So you still have the option for your third one to go into the parlay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So Atticus wanted to parlay with Azrael. He's not doing that right now. Drevin's taking a short rest. Sivius calls you into the parlay room.
So I can do this parlay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's fine.
Okay, and then Azrael, you're taking a short rest. So 5 minutes on the clock for Atticus and Sivius.
And sorry, just for role-playing purposes,
Yeah.
is this public? Like, we would have seen them go off to talk?
You would have seen them enter into a room
Okay.
and disappear. So you would have observed them going in together.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's enough.
Yeah. Okay, go.
They went away to talk. What are we gonna do?
What can you do? Because so far I've seen you throw a rock.
I can cast spells. I'm in tune with nature. So I have
Nature guide.
many nature powers. Yes.
Nature powers.
Yes. Animals. I can shapeshift into animals, and summon animals to our cause if we team up. Which I kind of feel like we have to do if they're talking.
If they're teaming up, I hear what you're saying. That you're thinking if they team up, then we team up. Only one of us has to die. Okay. So if we were to do that, who would we target?
I don't know. I feel like the guy that ran out in the middle of everything. He can't be that smart. I mean, he only survived through the grace of our fellow party member. I mean,
He did almost die.
yeah.
I hear ya. Okay.
The other guy, I mean, he's gruff, but maybe he'll be useful.
Yeah, he does seem to be a team player.
Team player and tough.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's what I propose.
Okay.
We can't do nothing if people are plotting against us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you. Yeah. All right.
Okay, so that's it.
Quick question.
Yep, I saw your text there. If you want to just roll your hit dice on the game log, that's fine. You add your constitution bonus to it as well.
Okay.
Okay, so that ends the second round of intermission actions. We move on to the third and final one. So, Atticus, what would you like to do? That did eat up your parlay.
Right. So
Yeah.
so technically I could parlay with Azrael.
You can request it.
Oh, because didn't he say he would this. Yeah, no. I mean he said that he would this turn, and so that's what I'll do.
So, parlay with Azrael?
Yeah.
Right? Drevin.
I'm going to loot the corpses or the ashes of my fallen comrades while everybody else is parlaying or taking a short rest. I'm going to just go through all their gear.
Okay. Anything that you guys have? Gold or magic items? He has free reign, free loot to take whatever you have.
I'm going to take it all. Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, you're gonna like it.
Okay. Devin was looting. Sivius.
Well, I was gonna parlay with Drevlin, but I guess I won't be doing that. Can I loot too? Is that like a thing, or does the
You
ties
see
here?
him starting to go through one of the piles of ash. Do you go after the other one?
I guess so. I was gonna ask you to parlay, but I guess if we're doing this instead, it's as good a use of our time as any.
Okay, so you can take a look through.
The only thing that is outdated is
So, comment here.
I don't have that.
Okay.
I thought it'd be overkill to make people roll initiative for their intermission actions, but it does matter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very subtle mechanical game, right? Like, yeah.
I just have also another question.
Sure.
If a player in early initiative requests a parlay, and then someone doesn't accept the request, is there action then?
Well, they're still in the parlay room, so people could go and join them. Anyone could. Yeah, someone else could. Yeah. Okay, Azriel, what's your third intermission action?
I'll cast Vigilant Blessing on myself again.
Okay. With that, all of the intermission actions have been taken. So now it is time to move to split the party. As split the party begins, portals now open up for the four of you that remain. They appear right beside you. Are you ready to begin the last round?
So can I ask a question? Can I cast anything now? Or does it have no effect?
It was you can't cast now. You have to use an intermission action to cast.
Yeah, okay.
But when you get in,
And the things that I can cast,
on
they
your
can only
turn.
be on me. I can't cast them on another player.
you can. The rules are you can't damage another player.
Oh.
You could bane them. You could hex them.
Damn. Okay.
You just can't damage them. All right, so as split the party begins, you find yourselves atop of pillars, one per pillar, staring out across an opening at one another. Just a quick glance around the room. The walls, towards the edge of the platform, there's about 10 feet of space, 15 feet of space all around the platforms with 10 feet in between each. In all four corners of this square room, there are torches that provide enough light for everyone to see. Looking down over the edge is a 30-foot drop into black shadow, like a shadowy fog that is kind of slowly moving and like undulating a little bit, 30 feet beneath you. Looking up, the light from the torches illuminates the walls up another 30 feet, but above that is black shadow as well. And the torchlight reflecting off of it, you can see that it too is like a fog that's slowly like moving with shadow kind of drifting in and around. As you all appear before one another, I now need you to roll initiative.
And sorry, remind me again. This is a perception check or just the
I'm gonna
straight
say
roll?
perception, dex, or int.
Like with the skill bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. Like and perception plus int plus dex, but not wisdom.
No, sorry, I meant dex on its own, like standard initiative, straight int, or perception.
Or perception, which is both the skill bonus and the
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
okay, yeah, sure.
So starting off the initiative order, anybody with 20 to 25? 15 to 20.
19.
18.
Atticus, 19. Civius, 18. Trevin?
Dead last.
Okay. And Azriel, 13. What's the number, just in case?
5.
5. Right, with that, we'll begin. Atticus, you're up first.
Okay. I can create. So my armor is different now. At level 5, the Archon that I have on me. This is a description. I have to go fast, right? All right. Defensive. Anyways, my guy looks different, and his armor is now a whole thing. There's like a headpiece. As a bonus action, I want to cast. Sure. Where's defensive field? I have a thing where I can cast defensive field.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
I need you to start your timer.
Straight.
Just pull the whole board towards you.
Okay. I'm gonna cast defensive field.
Okay.
Giving me, as a bonus action, giving me 3 temporary hit points. And then I'm going to attack 2 shots, 2 repulsor blast shots at Azrael. The first is a crit.
I'll use a Fate Sphere to force him to roll that at disadvantage.
I'll use a Fate Sphere to negate that.
Okay, that's 1 each used.
I'll burn a second.
As will I.
2 used each. Who wants it more?
Yeah, I'll accept that.
You're taking it? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay.
So do you double the... Is this the straight damage that D&D Beyond's doing? Is this the version of the crit damage?
I have to stick with rules as written for crits for this, yeah.
Yeah. So it's 13 points of damage, and I knock you back 10 feet.
Okay. So 13 points, force damage. Force?
Yeah. Yeah, force damage. And there's a second strike coming.
Okay, first one though.
Yeah.
Hits. It pushes him off.
Yep. It's gonna be out away from me. Because I'm the warrior.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah.
So it is. So it hits, pushes him back 10 feet. He disappears
Okay.
from your line of sight.
Then I'll fire my second shot at Draven. Draven. And that's a 14.
To hit?
Yeah. Okay.
Draven definitely dodges out of the way of the second blast coming from Atticus.
Okay.
End of your turn.
Yep.
Okay, passing to Sivius.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Conjure Animals around Drevlin. I'm going to summon a bunch of wolves.
Okay. How many?
I guess two. I think you can get 2 direwolves. 2 beasts of challenge rating 1 or lower, so I think that's 2 direwolves are challenge rating 1.
Did he take fall damage?
And then I imagine we'll find out on his
He
turn what
disappeared from your
happens.
sight.
And then and then the wolves summon creatures, so they need their own initiative score.
Okay, go ahead and roll for them. But also they have to just use the traditional initiative.
Yeah, okay, sorry, just give me a second here. Initiative. 8.
Okay.
And then I myself will use a bonus action to transform myself into a direwolf.
Okay. You are in direwolf mode. Well, I just don't have another direwolf right now.
Yeah, it's all good.
We'll just keep in mind that you are a direwolf. I'll write that. Okay, that was Sivius' turn. Azrael, it is your turn. So getting hit squarely by a direct shot by Atticus, you take the damage and are thrown backwards, and you feel yourself falling 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Everything goes black for a second as you enter that fog, as you're still falling backwards. You emerge from the fog, fall another 15 feet, and then you feel something catch, and your body hits something, and you don't take damage. You feel it give and then straighten up. So you're a bit relieved, and then you realize, though, that you are stuck in very thick spider web. And I need you to give me a perception check. (17). Glancing around frantically, you can only see up 15 feet, and then everything above you is shrouded by that 5-foot thick layer of fog between you and the rest of the combatants. Looking left and right and all around, you see the spiderweb extends all the way around these pillars that you were all standing atop of. You also see skittering movement starting to come towards you on the spider webs as 6 spiders emerge. So we're going to treat the ground here as spider layers, and I had pre-positioned for the spiders.
So they're all in different areas sort of around me.
Yeah, I mean, you can only see a couple that are closest to you, but you can hear the sound of the skittering now. You weren't able to hear that above the fog, but now you definitely can. And I'm just gonna roll some initiative for them, super low.
With my 17 perception, can I see anything like a ladder or a staircase on any of the pillars?
Yeah, so you're laying on the web, kind of falling, you fell back with a 17 perception, staring directly, me talking though, yeah. You can see that there is a ladder on each of the pillars that goes back up and down as well.
So I'll take my movement, and looks like I'm only like 5 or 10 feet away from the ladder.
Well, you're currently stuck in the spider web, so to get out, you would have to use a strength check.
Okay. I will give myself. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, can I give myself guidance on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do that. And I'll do a strength check. Cool. D4 to add to that. 9. Total of 9.
Yeah. You tug and tug at the webs, but they're quite sticky, and a 9 is not enough to rip yourself free. So for the moment, you are restrained.
I will, if I can, just a second. That was my action.
Yeah.
Okay, bonus action. If I can I see the ladder?
Yep.
I'm going to face step to it.
Okay. Just give me a dexterity or acrobatics or athletics. Uh, 22. All right. You bamf away from the spider webs, and your aim is perfect, and you grab onto the rungs of the ladder, and will be able to start climbing your way up or down on your next turn. Okay, that ends your turn. It's now the dire wolves' turn.
Okay. So the dire wolves will use their pack tactics to attack Drevlin. Does this turn up if I roll this? Do you see this? Oh, you do?
I don't see anything yet.
No? Okay. So it's a 17 for the first one. Hit. And here you can see. Sorry, I believe. So that's 2d6 plus 3 piercing damage. 8. Second one is a 12. Oh, but he's got advantage. 24.
Oh, yes.
12 piercing damage. That's it for the wolves.
Okay, we are at Drevin.
What's the distance between the pillars?
10 feet.
Good. Jump on over to where the dire wolf appeared.
Okay, so go ahead and give me an athletics or acrobatics check as you go to make the leap.
There's also, but the wolves get attacks of opportunity.
21.
21. Okay. So as you go to pull away from the wolves, they would get an opportunity attack. They both use their reaction to do so. The first one will, let's say, because he's standing there with the two of them on it. And, well, no, even when he takes, yeah, they both would.
Okay. So 18 for the first roll.
Yeah.
11 piercing damage. Second, first roll is 1.
Yeah, no.
15 piercing damage.
Oh, I go down.
Whoa.
So as you go to make that leap, both the wolves grab onto your leg, pull you down.
Well done.
They start snaring. Okay, so you're down and dying at the moment. It is your turn, Drevin. I need you to make a death saving throw. Yeah, that's a pass. One success. Okay, at this time, the spiders all begin to move to where you were. Currently, it's a bit of a movement line. A gap between where the spider webs are. jump up to the top. Atticus.
That was a mistake. I clicked that thing.
Oh.
Let the D&D Beyond made me do the thing.
Okay.
But I like that spell. There's 3 darts. I'm gonna fire a freaking magic missile, which is in the form of these little things come out of my armor, and these 3 small little darts, just like arcane darts, and just thud, thud, thud.
Okay. And with that, I will let you, unless you have anything that can save you, Drevin. Any tricks up your sleeve? Okay. You want to describe how your magic missile dispatched Drevin?
Well done. Well played, no. Well played.
It's just, merciless brutality, right? Just these horrible little. Maybe when they go in, they have little drill bits and they land and they just start drilling.
Oh, shit.
And the wolves start to go to town, tearing up the corpse. Dear. Dark times. Sorry, man.
Okay, so with that, Drevin goes down and is killed. Immediately, the portals open up and allow you to go back to the Fate's Hand Tavern should you choose to do so. I'll go in order. Atticus, are you stepping through the portal?
Yes.
Sivius, are you stepping through the portal?
Oh, wait a minute. You'll, in direwolf form, jump over there and then, wild shape back and maybe look for a magic item or two on the deceased corpse.
You loot through.
I will give you all that.
Okay.
We're teammates.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you start looting. Azrael, as you're climbing up, wondering what's transpiring above you, you get the sudden realization that a portal has opened up, signaling that someone has died. Do you step through?
I will.
Okay. You warp back. Atticus warps back. You loot the body of Drevin, who has fallen. After that, I assume you go through the portal. You all return back to the Fate's Hand Tavern, and the host looks at all of you. Ah, well, that wasn't too bad now, was it? We have our survivors for the first episode. So, congratulations, Atticus, Sivius, and Azrael. You'll move on now to round 2. Before that, you get to level up, gain anything that you gain with your level, and can take a few moments to celebrate here in the Fate's Hand Tavern, just the 3 of you, under the watchful eye of the Eyes of Truth. Congratulations to you, gentlemen, and look forward to seeing you in round 2 of Crucible of Fate. To the rest of you, I hope that you enjoyed watching our little competition. I would love to have as many of you as want to apply to play on this show virtually. Please do. Just send me a 1 to 2 page backstory and a level 3 character as per the rules on the website. And you two can enjoy fun as fighting beholders and killing each other to the death.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Until next time, thanks very much, guys.
Good job, Dave.
So they've sent another team after me, have they?
You hearing that through here? Test. Nothing coming? Check, microphone check. Can you hear it? Okay, go. It's not.
Off the clock, Carter.
What's up?
Clock.
Yeah.
We lost about 3 minutes there.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
Yeah, based on the creature, the 1 hour timer is not going to be required.
Yeah.